There will be mainly clear skies in the Sultanate with chances of late night to early morning, low-level clouds or fog patches over the parts of South al-Sharqiyya, al-Buraymi, and al-Wusta. And now let's take a look at how the weather will be like in all the governorates. Muscat will be sunny, temperatures between 36 to 28 degrees Celsius. Musandam will be sunny, temperatures between 33 to 24 degrees Celsius. North al-Batina will be sunny, temperatures between 31 to 25 degrees Celsius. South al-Batina will be sunny, temperatures between 38 to 29 degrees Celsius. Al-Buraymi will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 36 to 20 degrees Celsius. Al-Dhahira will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 39 to 21 degrees Celsius. Al-Dakhiliya will be sunny, temperatures between 40 to 26 degrees Celsius. North al-Sharqiyya will be sunny, temperatures between 41 to 25 degrees Celsius. South al-Sharqiyya will be partly cloudy, temperatures between 41 to 27 degrees Celsius. Al-Wusta will be sunny, temperatures between 40 to 25 degrees Celsius. And Dhafar will also be sunny, temperatures between 36 to 25 degrees Celsius. Hello and welcome back to Outline, and now with our local stories. The Ministry of Education announces resumption of registration of new students in first grade in public schools for the academic year of 2021 and 2022. Registration starts tomorrow, Tuesday 30th of March, and ends on Wednesday 28th of April. Student registration for preschool and first grade education in private schools for academic year of 2021 and 2022 will resume on Sunday, May 2nd and end on Thursday, September 30th of 2021. A statement issued online by the tax authority said, with reference to what is being circulated regarding the application of income tax to individuals starting from 2022, the authority confirms that no official statement or decision has been issued in this regard, as the issue is still under study according to what is announced in the medium-term fiscal balance plan. And therefore, we note to verify the source of information through official communication channels only. A statement issued online by the authority said that the Consumer Protection Authority, represented by the Anti-Commercial Fraud Department, has recently imposed a number of administrative fines on commercial establishments in the Governorate of Muscat, and this is for violating the consumer protection law. The imposition of these fines come in light of the authority's continuous efforts to monitor the market by organizing inspections and visiting the establishments. 2 commercial establishments were found pushing promotions that turned out to be misleading. The first establishment intended to write false advertising copy that attracted consumers to a number of electronic goods, while the other one misled consumers in promotions for clothing. It was decided to punish the first establishment with a fine of 300 Omani riyals, and the second one with a second one fined by 100 Omani riyals, and this is for their violation. A statement issued online by the Environment Authority said that within the framework of the efforts made by the Environment Authority in protecting the coral reefs in the Dimaniyat Islands Nature Reserve, the Environment Department of South al-Batina has conducted several campaigns to remove fishing nets stuck in the coral reefs, in cooperation with the Blue Water Divers team and the Omanta Scuba Diving Academy. During the campaigns, large quantities of standard nets were removed in the marine area around the Dumania Island. Estimated to be several meters long, the area was cleaned, and the authority calls on all fishermen not to place any nets near the islands because of their danger threatening the wildlife in the marine environment. Those are our local stories for today, and now let's take a look at the COVID-19 updates. The Ministry of Health has announced the registration of one new COVID-19 death, taking the total death toll to 1,662. The ministry has extended its deepest condolences to the families of the deceased. The Ministry of Health has also announced the registration of 796 new COVID-19 cases, taking the total cases in the Sultanate to 156,883. In the past 24 hours, there have been 524 recoveries, and the total number of recoveries now stands at 142,944. The ministry has urged everyone to adhere to social distancing instructions issued by the Supreme Committee and the Ministry of Health. Now let's move on to TTV Studio 2 with Madiha Asif for our special segment called Fighting COVID.
Thank you, Maitha, for the updates, and welcome to Fighting COVID. Last week, more stricter measures were announced to curb the spread of the third wave of coronavirus that has gripped the Sultanate, which also includes movement ban. And I believe we all were mentally prepared for more stricter measures to be announced in the Sultanate, considering the increasing number of coronavirus cases, number of deaths, hospitalizations, and ICU admissions. Let's have a quick recap of the amended announcements and decisions taken by the relevant authorities in the Sultanate. The Supreme Committee tasked with controlling the coronavirus pandemic had ordered a ban on movement of vehicles and individuals between 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. from Sunday, March 28 to Thursday, April 8. According to experts, the period between April 1st and May 31st is a very critical period for the Sultanate. Therefore, to avoid the worst, the Supreme Committee will take more drastic and comprehensive measures that may include total lockdown and complete movement ban during that period. The Ministry of Health has denied the news being circulated in social media about exemptions for those who received 2 doses of vaccination from domestic or institutional quarantine. The decision to allow students to continue classes in public school by means of distance education has been extended to end on Thursday, April 8, 2021, with the exemption of 12th grade students who will be dealt with under the integrated education system. The committee reviewed the epidemiological surveillance reports on the pandemic situation in the Sultanate, which showed an escalating increase in its risk, with day-by-day increase in cases of the number of people in hospital wards and intensive care rooms and the number of deaths. Children under the age of 12 are most likely to receive COVID-19 vaccines manufactured by Pfizer only by next year. In addition to that, hotel establishments and tourism offices found to be in violation of Supreme Committee decisions regarding COVID-19 protocols will be liable to a fine ranging between 500 to 2,000 Omani riyals. A statement issued online by the Ministry of Heritage and Tourism said, His Excellency Salim bin Mohammed Al Mahrouki, the Minister of Heritage and Tourism, issued Ministerial Decision Number 37/2021 on controls dealing with hotel establishments and travel and tourism offices in violation of the decisions of the Supreme Committee in charge to deal with COVID-19. The controls for dealing with hotel establishments and travel and tourism offices in violations of the decision issued by the Supreme Committee will be as following. Number 1, failure to register on the Sahala platform and not to activate the monitor device granted by the concerned authority a fine of 2,000 Omani riyals. Number 2, not contracting with a health institution to treat isolated cases that require medical intervention, a fine of 1,000 Omani riyals. Failure to inform specialists in the Royal Oman Police and the relief and shelter sector of cases that violate the requirements of institutional isolation, a fine of 1,000 Omani riyals. Number 4, allowing isolated individuals to leave the facility or move between rooms and visit from any person from outside, a fine of 1,000 Omani riyals. 5, increasing the prices of hotel rooms designated for institutional quarantine, agreed in advance, fine of 500 Omani riyals. 6, failure to maintain the cleanliness of the establishment and the quality of the services provided, a fine of 500 Omani riyals. 7, permission to isolate more than one person in one room without a relationship and who do not come from the same flight or country from which he is traveling, a fine of 1,000 Omani riyals. 8, failure to disclose to the relief and shelter team about inmates who are required to be in institutional isolation, a fine of 1,000 Omani riyals. 9, failure to allocate 3% of rooms in the facility for infected cases, a fine of 1,000 Omani riyals. 10, failure to adhere to the guideline on preventive measures against the emerging coronavirus in hotel establishments, restaurants and cafes and their workers, a fine of 1,000 Omani riyals. Lastly, number 11, failure to use the Sahala platform, a fine of 2,000 Omani riyals. Now, taking into consideration the movement ban which was implemented by the Supreme Committee starting from yesterday, March 28, Mawassalat has announced that buses and ferry services hours operated by Senior had reduced starting from Sunday, 28th March until 8th April 2021. The changes includes as follow. City buses service at Muscat and Salalah will be available until 6 p.m. Intercity buses services will be rescheduled, so all trips will arrive at destinations by 6 p.m. at maximum. The ferry services had been rescheduled and all the details had been shared on Mawassalat's social media platforms. Moreover, there has been a lot of speculation going around the world regarding the use of Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine causing blood clots, which we'll be discussing after this quick commercial break. Welcome back to TTV. You're watching Fighting COVID. Now, as I mentioned, we'll be talking about the speculation that has been going around with the use of Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine causing blood clots. Now, the findings of a large US trial have shown that the coronavirus vaccine developed by AstraZeneca and the University of Oxford is 79% effective in preventing symptomatic illness and 100% effective against severe disease and hospitalization. The safety and efficacy analysis of the AstraZeneca vaccine, published last week on Monday, March 22nd, was based on 32,449 participants across 88 trial centers in the US, Peru, and Chile. Data from the late-stage human trial study reaffirms that the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine is safe and highly effective. By comparison, Moderna's vaccine has been found to be more than 94% effective in preventing COVID, and Pfizer-BioNTech's vaccine was found to be 95% effective. AstraZeneca said it will continue to analyze the data and prepare for the primary analysis to be submitted to the US Food and Drug Administration for emergency use authorization in the coming weeks. The results come shortly after several countries temporarily suspended the use of the shot following reports of blood clots in some vaccinated people. Health experts sharply criticized the move, citing a lack of data, while analysts expressed concern about the impact on vaccine uptake as the virus continues to spread. Germany, France, Italy, and Spain are among those countries to have resumed the use of Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine after Europe's drug regulator said its initial investigation of possible side effects concluded the shot is safe and effective. The World Health Organization and the International Society on Thrombosis and Hemostasis have recommended that countries continue to use the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. AstraZeneca has recently issued a press release stating that an independent board identified no safety concerns related to the shot. It also conducted a specific review of blood clots as well as cerebral venous sinus, thrombosis, and extremely rare blood clot in the brain with the help of an independent neurologist. The Data Safety Monitoring Board said, quoting them here, found no increased risk of thrombosis or events characterized by thrombosis among the 21,583 participants receiving at least one dose of the vaccine. The specific search for CVST found no events in this trial. This was all from a Fighting COVID studio today, but make sure to adhere to the precautionary measures issued by the relevant authorities in the Sultanate and make sure not to step out of your house from 8 p.m. until 5 a.m. until April 8th. Back to you, Maitha.
Thank you, Madiha. That is all that we have for you today. Tune in again tomorrow at the same time for more midday update. Thank you for watching TTV.
You've just heard the live feed from the TTV studios on TFM 95.4. Let's talk.